Welcome back to my channel, okay? Because today's video is gonna be a cooking video. That's right. I'm gonna be meal prepping a few things for this week. And the way I usually do it is I'll have a few main meals decided, and then I'll cook them, and then basically I'll have my snacks kind of planned out, but I won't put them into my FitnessPal, so I'll like make the recipe in my FitnessPal. But as for the snacks, I kind of just add those as I go, you know? But as of this moment, I'm currently doing intermittent fasting, so I don't really snack throughout the day, just kind of like sometimes in between my window. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you fast for 16 hours including sleep, and then you have a window. It could be a window of 4 to 8 hours max, and then you consume all your calories in there. It's the same amount of calories or designated to your goals, but it's just eaten in an 8-hour window. So that is what I've been up to lately, and this is what I'm about to meal prep, and stay tuned for the video.
Alright YouTube, so here I am just slicing up the packet of the extra firm tofu, and I'm just gonna slice it down and then slice it again once through the middle to make like little cubes, and then I'm gonna throw it into the pan with a little bit of coconut oil and then cook it up. Be careful not to use too much oil though, just because it can get greasy very quickly. Now that that's done, I'm just going to throw that into the pan, and it should take about, roughly depending on how much you have, it should take about like 15 to 20 minutes. And then I know how much was there in the tofu because of the package. I used the whole thing. And here I'm just weighing out my mushrooms, and then I'm going to slice them up. And I track all of the meals. I make recipes into my FitnessPal. I don't track my macros every single day, but it is nice to have the recipe in there and you're just like aware of what you're eating and its macros, even if you're not trying to track them. Alright, so the next step is I'm just going to use the cutting board, and I ended up weighing these baby bok choys, just peeling off the leaves and then weighing those. But what I did was I peeled off the leaves, I weighed them, and I entered it in the grams into the FitnessPal app under the recipe, and then went on to the next item. And I'm just going to add in some fresh bean sprouts as well, just because I think these are really delicious and they go really well with the dish. I'm also going to weigh these out, just so I know what to put into the app. For our next step, I have some frozen veggies. These are the California mix. Usually I will do like an Asian stir fry blend, and then fry them up with a little bit of coconut oil, making sure to be aware of how much I'm putting in the pan exactly, just to not add too much oil. So since there's going to be quite a few vegetables, I used roughly a tablespoon. I will let the frozen veggies simmer, and I'll just cover them, and then every now and then check up on them and then turn them around so that they all thaw. Here I'm just adding the fresh bean sprouts and the mushrooms. Afterwards, when I added this, I was a little worried that it wasn't all gonna fit in my pan, because I've done this quite a few times where I worry that, oh my god, it's not gonna fit in the pan, but usually I ended up making it work out, so I just ended up covering it, and it's all good. You'll see. Now I finally added the baby bok choy, and as you can see, it's getting kind of full. So what I ended up doing was I took a lid and I just let the heat trap in there and cook the leaves and cook the bok choy and all the veggies. After about 10 minutes, this is what it starts to look like. The veggies are starting to steam, they're starting to cook, they're looking good. I'm getting hungry, and your girl's getting pretty excited. So after about 10 minutes, this is what it looks like, and I had measured out the Szechwan sauce, and I was going to use teriyaki, but I only had this, so I opted for that. And this is what it looks like. If this camera would focus, then you would know that I finished meal 1, and I would work on meal 2, which is zucchini pasta. And the one I did was a tofu stir fry. Szechwan. I don't know how you say it. Szechwan. Tofu stir fry. Yeah, that's what it is. And this one is like a zucchini pasta. And usually I'll do it with like meat. But since we're doing plant-based, we're gonna go with these garden vegetable bites, which are kind of like mini meatballs, but they're made out of veggies. So yeah. As far as I know, everything that I'm using, like all of the ingredients today, like, are plant-based. So, my protein for the stir fry came from the tofu, and then for the pasta, it is the vegetable bites. I have the Catelli Super Greens pasta. It's made out of veggies, and I'm just waiting for my water to boil before I pop them in. I believe these take roughly about 5 minutes to fully cook. And I just chuck them in there and good to go. So I actually should have weighed the cucumber as a whole before I sliced it up and then weighed it, but that's okay because we learn from our mistakes. And what I ended up doing was actually slicing it up, then going in and slicing up the little circles into quarters, which made them into little triangles, which I thought was cute, and cooking them up afterwards. So here's where I'm cutting them into quarters, just so that I can distribute the zucchini throughout the pasta better. So here you guys see me just entering it in. I do apologize for my camera just trying to focus constantly. It's trying to decide what to focus on, but I'm just entering the amount into the app so I can complete my recipe. And next I have some green beans. I did end up cutting off the little tips afterwards, but I'm just cutting them up and making them smaller so that they can distribute as well throughout the pasta. And these are actually turned out like really good. So next up, I'm just going to be adding leftover spinach that I had here. Swing that out. Ooh, I got my little tablespoon here. I'm just going to be going in with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and heating up my pan. Then I'm gonna be tossing in a little bit of garlic paste. And this is just add flavor, and it really did make a difference. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to get this again because I really liked it. And here I have the Au Naturel garden vegetable bites. They're supposed to be like vegan meatballs, so they do have some protein and they're so good. I believe they're mainly made out of chickpeas and they're delicious. So once the meatballs were cooked, I just removed them from the pan. I tossed in the vegetables and I'm starting to cook those. And I also have this garlic tomato sauce that I'm going to be adding in as well, right here. And I have it measured out, so I'm just going to toss that in. And now I'm going to go back in with the veggie bites. I'm just going to add these back into the mixture. I took them out so that the veggies could cook evenly on their own. And now once they're done, I'm just going to mix them up again. So here's the sauce complete. As you see, we have the green beans, we have the chickpea veggie bites, the zucchini, a little bit of spinach. And then I've added in the pasta afterwards, and this is what it looks like.
And that is the end of the cooking video. I just like to be weird, you know, on camera because that's me. So yeah, that was the end of the meal prep video. Sometimes I can't talk. But basically what I had made was a plant-based meal prep. And no, I did not divide every single one of my days into different containers. I just put it all into one container, and then I chose to use my FitnessPal for this meal prep and enter in the number of servings I would have each day. So when I go, I'll just have a serving. And yeah, I did like a zucchini pasta and like a stir fry, but it was like a tofu stir fry. And the pasta had like chickpea meatballs, I guess you could say, like vegan meatballs. So it's not real meat, it's chickpeas, but it was like really good. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not going vegan, but like this wasn't too bad. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. Both of the meals I made did have a significant source of protein, which is something that I look for when making my meals. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna head to work, not actually work, but like I'm gonna go ahead and edit another video. So that's what I'm about to do right now, and I got a glass of water with me. I'm gonna take that to go, and stay tuned for more. You know, give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more cooking videos, so that I know what kind of videos you guys like. If you want to see more like meal prep, or like, you know, more in-depth, I would say like longer cooking, I would say, like, you know, kind of like the red pepper souffle video, which I can also kind of link somewhere here. Hey, red pepper souffle. So go check that out if you haven't seen that video. But that is what is up. Let me know if you want to see more cooking videos. Let me know if you like the red pepper souffle video. If you want to see longer videos, more meal prep videos, more workouts, just leave a comment, you know. I see that a lot of people like clothing reviews, so that's something that I might be doing as well again in the future, because, you know, a lot of you seem to like those, because I got quite a few leggings up in that dresser, so I might do that. But that is it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. But how could I forget?